Hi, my name is Cheris. Today in this video, we are going to take a look how to analyze data or perform data analysis using Microsoft Excel. And we are going to use some features that available or tool that available on Microsoft Excel, which is Power Query. And we are going also to perform data modeling using Power Pivot. And then we are going to create a dashboard in this video. So we are going to need some metrics or KPI that we will generate using data analysis expression in Power Pivot or DAX. So I have my folder here contain data, sales data. So as you can see, I have a sales data for 3 years, 2020, 2021, 2022. And also I have a dimension table that also contain data like category, products, stores, warranty. So these are the all the data that I have. And this data has a CSV format, so a comma separated value. And yeah, I'm going to use this data on my data folder. I already prepared the Excel workbook here. I name it analysis, so I will open it. So now I'm going to open Power Query. So this is the first step that I need to do to analyze this sales data. So to open Power Query, it's very easy. Just click on Data tab, Comment tab on Microsoft Excel, and then choose Get Data, and then click on Launch Power Query Editor. So I click it and just wait it until Power Query windows appear on my screen, and this is the Power Query editor, so or Power Query editor window. And I will add a function here. So inside the other query, I will right click, choose a new query, and I will create a new blank query. And then I will write some function here. So I will make sure I will activate the query one, which is the query that I have just created. And then I will click on the advanced editor to bring up this advanced editor window. So this is the window where we can start writing our M language. M language is the language that Power Query use. Okay, so I will create a function here. So I'm gonna need a variable for my function, so I will name it file. The type of the argument or parameter for my function is text, and then I will use this equal sign and greater sign, or in some programming language they call this like lambda. So inside after this sign, equal sign and a greater sign, this is where we are going to write our function or the body of the function. So this one is parameter, and then we are going to write the body of the M language function. So I will use let. Let is a keyword in M language to create a variable, so we can store some data inside a variable. So I will create a variable here. I will call it dim path, and then the value is text combine. So I will combine two texts here. So text combine, and then I want to combine this ds path, which is a parameter that I create before. So ds path, this one, I will combine it with my folder, which is the dim folder. If you take a look at my data folder here, I have another folder called dim. So this is the folder that I want to grab all the CSV file inside. Okay, so now let's we need to add comma. So This variable dimped will store the value of this text combined, which is a text, uh, a text that combine whatever text in this ds path parameter with this text. Okay, so let's create a new variable. So I will call this source, and the value will be a folder files. So folder files is a M language function that can use to grab all the files inside a specific folder path. So the folder path is dim path, and then it will be stored inside this variable. Okay, and I will create a new variable. I will call this file, and then the value will be source, and then I want to grab um, the folder path, and the value will be dim path, and then the name will be whatever value in this argument. Okay, so it will be a file, and then I want to grab only the content like this and store it inside this underscore value variable. So next, I will create a new variable. I call this grab underscore grab, and then this is the standard M language code when you grabbing a CSV file. So don't worry about this code because this is a standard code in M language. So this is how the M language a function to, like, if you want to grab data, which is a type of CSV file. So you use CSV and document, and then CSV document, this one. Okay, and then the file that I want to get is underscore file, and then we need to put a delimiter. So the delimiter that I want to use is comma, and then encoding is 1252, which is, I believe, this 1252. This is the UTF format, if I'm not mistaken. And quote style will be quote style none. Okay, that's all. This is the code that if you want to, like, import data in CSV format into your Power Query. So this is how you do it. So next, I will create a new variable, which is a result. And then I'm going to use from table a function. There's a function called a promote header to, like, I want to make the very first row of every CSV file that I have to be the table name or the table headers. Okay, sorry, the table headers. Okay, grab, and then we are going to use promote all scalars equal to true. And then we are going to return the result. So in other programming language, if you use programming language like Python, for example, you're using something like return. But in Power Query or M language, you use in to, like, return the value for your function. So in, and what I want to return here, I want to return result. So I will rename this. I will rename this to be extractor, something like that. And I have an error in my code. So let's see. Expression error, the name text combined was not recognized. Okay, so this should be text dot combine. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have something like this. So if I enter a file that I want to take here, for example, a product, let's try it. So if I put products CSV here and click on invoke, mm, delimit. Okay, I make some mistakes here, so let me fix it. Delimiter, this should be, there's a typo there, so sorry. Delimiter done, and let's see. Okay, so as you can see, I can grab the file that I want, which is the product. And so as you can see that the extractor function working perfectly, so that's good. So next I'm going to create some uh, query here to grab all of this file. So I'm going to create a for query to grab each file here, category, product, stores, and warranty. So let's do it on my Power Query. So let's create new query, blank query. Okay, and let's call this category. And to grab this category CSV file on my folder data dim, it's very easy. I'm going to use the function that I have just created, which is the extractor function. And then the file that I want to grab here, or that file that I want to import, is the category.csv. So this will be category.csv. Cool. So you can see now I have this category.csv. So next I want to also grab product, store, and warranty. So let me just copy this, paste, and then okay, something, what's going on here? Can I undo this, or this is the problem in Power Query when you try to copy and paste. Sometimes something that you don't expect it happen. So I don't want this to um, category. So I don't need this three file. So let's try again. So mm, let me just create a new query, because I don't know why. Sometimes Power Query, if you copy and paste, bad things usually happen. So let me just type it manually. So the next one is product. So let me just rename this product. And the code is actually just the same. So let's just copy this, paste. But I just need to change the name of the file. This one is a product. Okay, as you can see, now I have this product imported on my Power Query. So next, let's create a new blank query, and let's call it stores. So rename it stores, and then again the code is just the same, stores.csv. Okay, and the last one is warranty. So warranty, use our extractor function, warranty.csv. Okay, so now I have bring up all the file from the dimension or dim folder to my Power Query. So next, So next, we are going to perform data modeling using a Power Query because I have load all the data that I want. And we are going to perform a modeling. So let's click close and load to. And then I will choose only create connection, and I will put this to my data model so it will available on my Power Pivot. So make sure that you check this checkbox, add this data to data model and click OK. And you can see that Microsoft Excel is loading the data and put it into Power Pivot. So we can take a look at on Power Pivot, and we can perform data modeling from Power Pivot. Okay, so next I will open a Power Pivot. Okay, this is my Power Pivot. And then let me actually just delete this. Okay, so uh, to create or to perform data modeling for our data in Power Pivot, you just need to click this little comment or button on the top bottom right corner of the Power Pivot windows. So just click this icon here, and then uh, Power Pivot will show you the all the table or data that available on Power Pivot for us to create our model. So to create model for our data, it's very simple. What we need to do is just create relationship between all of this table. So let's create a relationship between a store and city. As you can see, on a store table, we have this city, and we can connect it to city on city table. And it's very easy. You can just click and drag it like that. So as you can see now, we have a relationship or connection between city table and store table. And next, I want to create a relationship between a store and also sales. So just click on the store ID and then connect it to the store ID on the store table. Okay, next I want to create connection between or relationship between a category and product. So product have category ID that we can connect to category ID in category table. So just simply just click and drop it to category table. And then I want to create a relationship between sales and product. So as you can see that each sales have a product ID. So just click it and then drag and put it on a product ID on product table. And then I want to create relationship between warranty and status. You can see that we have a repair status here. So I will just click and drag, drop it on the warranty table like that. And warranty and sales can have a relationship too between sales ID here. So let's just grab it, put it on the sales table like that. Okay, so let me take a look to make sure that our model are correct. So I have city, store. Okay, that's good. I think it's correct. If there are any mistakes, we will find it in the future when we write or create our dashboard. So it's not problem. Let me create a new important table. Power Pivot actually already give us the tool to create this amazing a new date table. So it's very easy. You can just go to design, click on date table, click new, and then Power Pivot will create for us a new calendar table, which is very important for us to work with a period in our report or our dashboard. So now I will again click on this, what is it? Diagram view. Yeah, click on the diagram view. So as you can see, now we have a new table that created by Power Pivot automatically for us for the period here. So as you can see, we have this calendar table, and we need to connect this with our sales. So in our sales, we have this sales data, sales date, sorry. We have a sales date, and we can just connect it to date on the calendar table. So we have a many to one relationship here between sales and calendar. Okay, so now we are going to create some metrics for our dashboard. So the first one is I want to create a quantity for sales. So I will call this QTY sales. And in Microsoft Excel, when you write formula, you use equal sign, but in Power Pivot, you use semicolon and equal sign, okay? So the formula will be sum of sales quantity. So sum of our sales quantity, which is this column over here, this one, okay? So sum, and from table, the table is sales, and the column that I want to get the subtotal or the total value is quantity. Okay, very easy, very simple, just like that. And then we can change the format here. Okay, the next matrix that I want to create is sales, and then this is going to be sum x. The table that I want to perform this sum x function is sales, and then I want to calculate the sales quantity. So, oops. So sales quantity, and I want to multiply it with, because we have a relationship between sales and product, so we can use this related function to grab the price for each product from a product table. So related product purchase price, and multiply it with the sales quantity. And then because we use sum x will give us the total of each multiplication from each row from sales. Okay. Let me change the format here. Okay, next, I want to calculate the cost of goods sold for each product, and the formula is similar to sales, but we are going to calculate the purchase price. So sales quantity, sales quantity, and then we multiply it with, again, related from a product, but this time we want to multiply it with the purchase price. Yeah, purchase price. This one should be sale price. Okay, sorry, sale price. Okay, let me change the format. Okay, next I want to calculate the margin for each product, and the formula is very simple. You just subtract uh, between sales and then cost of goods sold, which is the calculation that we have created before. So the margin is very easy: sales minus cost of goods sold. And the last calculation, or the last matrix that I want to create here, is a gross margin. So to calculate the gross margin, uh, this is actually a ratio, a gross margin ratio. So to calculate gross margin ratio, you simply divide margin with sales. Okay, just like that. Very easy, very simple. Let's change the format here to be a percentage. Okay, so now we have finished with our DAX function. And now we are going to create our dashboard. So I will click on the pivot table here. So if you take a look on the pivot table, you can click this like little triangle here, and then it will show you all the options that are available that you can choose. I'm going to choose pivot chart, and then choose existing worksheet. Click OK. So now we have this chart, and right click on it and click show field list, which is the top bottom on this context menu. Okay, so now we can create our dashboard that we want. For example, if you interested with sales, maybe let's bring up. Um, I think sales by category. Let's start with sales by category. So I have category here. Let's grab the category name, and then sales, sales, just like that. And then you can see that we have this sales by category um, chart here. So we can name it sales by category. Okay, so I want to change the format of our um, chart here, because I don't like the default format. So we can click on format tab, and there are actually some format that already available that we can choose here. For example, this one, or maybe this one. Let's try with this one. Okay. I also want to change, so I select all, And then I want to change the color of the my worksheet. So let me use this one. Okay. Also, I want to remove the grid lines, and I want to also remove this filter, because every time you create a chart using Power Pivot, Power Pivot will by default add this filter on your chart, but I don't like it, so we can just hide it. So hide all fields button on chart. Okay, also this one, let's delete it. Okay, so we have our sales by category here. Okay, next, we can just copy and paste this chart. So I will copy and paste. So Control C, Control V on your keyboard to copy and paste. And let's, what can we do next? Maybe, how about we have city here? Maybe sales by city if you want. So let me drop this and change it with city or maybe country. So you can see we have sales by country. Yeah, we can also actually sort the data. I do believe that we can do it. This one, yeah, we can sort from smallest to largest, or sort from largest to smallest if you want. So you can just sort it like smallest to largest, something like that if you want. Or maybe, yeah, there are some options that you can choose with your table, uh, Power Pivot table, pivot chart option. Okay, so just click and then you can just sort it. Let me sort from largest to smallest like that. So you can see that accessories actually is the top category in terms of sales. So we have sales by category, we have sales by uh, country. Okay, and what else that we can do? We can also take a look sales, maybe sales or sales by year. So let actually create a new, let me just copy and paste, and then let's create sales by year. So let me bring up year here, and then sales. So as you can see, we have this 2020, 21, 22, and 2024. Okay. Mm, Let me actually take a look at my uh, query and my data. Let's open Power Query. Why is my data is I do believe that I only use data from 2020, 2021, and 2022, but somehow 2023 and 2024 is also uh, here in my dashboard. Hmm, this is interesting. So let me try to take a look again at my Power Query. What do I do wrong here? Yeah, I only have like 3 years data here in my fake folder, but somehow, what if I remove all my data? Will my dashboard still work? Let me try to like remove my data. Like, let me change the name. uh, Let me refresh. Okay, so as you can see, uh, it's error. Let me try again. So let me bring back the name. Let me try to create a year. Yeah, I only have like 20, 21, 22. Um, okay. Hmm. But why my sales by category data it shows? Let me try to um, let me try to create a new one. So let's go back to our pivot, and then our pivot chart. Then change the format or the design, and then show field list. So I want to take a calendar year. Okay, and I want to bring up the cells. Okay, see, this is the correct one. I don't know what's going on before, but yeah, this is the correct one. So you can see we have cells from 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay, so next let so yeah, we have our dashboard here. So maybe we let me actually change this to, I want to change um, the chart. So let's change this to pi. Okay. So sales by year, and then let's hide all of this button. Okay, and last one, I want to create another chart here. So let's before chart, and then let's change the design. Um, Show field list, and I want to also grab the period here, and then I want like sales, quantity sales, and then I want to change this to line chart. Okay, so we have a quantity sales by quantity, and then sales. Or maybe let me actually grab a sales cost of goods sold and margin. So yeah, I like this. So as you can see, we have, let me hide all. Let me add chart title. So the title will be uh, sales, cost of goods sold, and margin. Okay, and then we almost done with our dashboard here. And last thing that I want to add to this dashboard is I want to add a filter. So we are going to add filter. So let me, also I want to filter by category. So let's add the, or maybe store, or maybe status, or maybe category. So let's store by category. Okay, so we have two filter here. The one is filter by year, and the other one is filter by category. So I want to add a name for each chart here. So let me, so you can do it using by right click, and then you can choose power pivot. Why I can change the name of the power pivot. Mm. Okay, so this is the problem because I copy and paste the chart. So let me just delete this and create a new pivot chart. This is happening because I copy and paste, which is I shouldn't. So let's create a new chart here, and then sales by category, sales by, so sales by country. Okay, so sales by country. Okay, yeah, we done. And I need to give a name. Okay, this one is also error. Let me recreate. Oops, what am I doing? Um, oh gosh. Let me just delete it. Let's recreate pivot chart existing. Design, and then sales by category. We just hide. Oh man. Oh gosh. let me remove this. Just delete. Okay, what else? So sales by category, and I want to change the name for each pivot, uh, for each chart that I have. For each chart that I have, so let's name this sales by category. So sales by category. This one is sales by country. Um, Sales by country. This one, line chart, and this one is pie chart. Pie chart. Okay, so we also can set the shape here, the size of the shape. We can set it. Okay, and I want to set the filter, so slicer setting, and then no, the connection actually. So report connection, and then we can uh, yes, sales by country, sales by category, line chart. Okay, and then for the category filter, the connection will be sales by country, pie chart, and line chart. Okay, so now we can we can filter using the slicer. We can also, so we can filter by year. We can also filter by the product name. Okay, so this is the dashboard that I have just created. We have just created in this video, and you can see that I have data from 20, 21, 22. I also, let me rename this to dashboard. Let me show you. Let me actually show you. I want to create a new pivot table on a new worksheet. So let me actually create a summary of data by year. So I want to take a look. Sales by year. So okay, so as you can see, I have a sales by year here, because the data, my sales data is from 2020 to 2022. But I will grab inside my update penjualan folder. I actually have data, transaction data or sales data for 2023 and 2024. So let me grab it and put it inside the FAQ folder. So now I have 5-year sales data. Okay, and uh, what I can do is very simple. I can just refresh my connection, and it will my application or my data analysis application will grab all the data inside this folder, which now contain 5 years sales data. So I can just go back here and click refresh, and it should be updated to 5 years sales data, which is a transaction from 2020 to 2024. So let's take a look. So my Microsoft Excel still grabbing the data, still processing it. So we need to wait a while until it's finished. Okay, so as you can see here, now we have updated our data for 5 years transaction. So imagine if you have a new data like a sales data for 2025, you can easily put that data in CSV format inside this folder and then refresh it on your dashboard, and it will be automatically added on your dashboard, on your analysis. So you can see this pie chart now. It has like data from 2020 to 2024, which is really amazing. So yeah, this is the power of Power Query and also Power Pivot in Microsoft Excel. And Excel is actually still a very powerful tool when it comes to data analysis. So I think that's enough for this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any question, just put it on the comment box. And thank you for watching this video.